New Invention 6. Electric Dental Floss and Shoe Polisher. 1. Electric Dental Floss. When you brush your teeth, the bristles of the toothbrush cannot clean between the teeth, so odors and caries are parasitic between the teeth. If you use an electric dental floss that converts the rotational motion of the electric motor into the left and right reciprocating motion of the dental floss, you can clean between the teeth much better than when you floss with both hands in the room because you use toothpaste in the washroom to clean between the teeth. In addition, flossing is much faster than manual flossing, and flossing becomes much easier due to the mechanical effect. A pin, namely 101 in Figure 1, is welded to one point of the circumference of the rotating disc, namely A in Figure 1, rotating counterclockwise. The pin 101, welded to the rotating disc A, functions as a sliding key while sliding in the keyway, namely 102 in Figure 1, of the Scotch yoke, namely B in Figure 1. As a result, the rod, namely 103 in Figure 1, of the Scotch yoke, B, slides left and right in the straight fixed guide pipe, namely 104 in Figure 1, and the middle part of the dental floss, namely 111 in Figure 1, reciprocates left and right. Since the size of the electric dental floss is about the size of a knife razor, the head, namely 101 in Figure 6A, of the machine can enter the mouth sufficiently. One hand holds the body of the machine, namely 603 and 6A, and the other hand supports the head of the machine while flossing with both hands. Figure 6A is a side view of the electric dental floss, and the head of the machine is bent at a right angle from the neck of the machine, namely 602 in Figure 6A. So flossing is convenient. To briefly explain how to use electric dental floss, first, squeeze the toothpaste in your mouth, then chew the toothpaste several times in your mouth. Then, after allowing the toothpaste to pass between the teeth, use both hands to start flossing from the molars. At this time, due to the lubricating effect of the toothpaste and reciprocating motion of the dental floss, the effect which easily enters between the teeth is obtained as an added bonus by simply touching the floss between the teeth. In addition, the middle part, namely 111 in Figure 1 of the floss, made of thin and tough nylon material like a fishing line, has nylon hair like the nylon of a toothbrush, which protects the gums when flossing and allows you to clean between the teeth as if you were brushing your teeth. If you use an electric toothbrush after using electric floss, you feel much more refreshed than when you brush your teeth alone. For more information, please refer to patient registration number 10-206-3497. 2. Shoe Polisher. The present invention relates to a mechanical device for automatically wiping shoes, and more particularly, by rubbing about 100 coated metal balls the size of rice grains dragged by an electromagnet with the shoe surface to remove dust from the shoe surface. It relates to a mechanical device for applying bitumen to the surface of the shoe and making the surface of the shoe shiny. A brief description of the hair ball, the polish ball, and the shiny ball. The surface of an iron ball the size of a grain of rice is coated with plastic, and nylon hair like that of a toothbrush is attached to the coated surface. When the hair ball, namely in Figure 2, rubs against the shoe, namely 100 in Figure 1, at high speed, the dust on the surface of the shoe is removed. Wrap an iron ball the size of a grain of rice in several layers with cloth that absorbs bitumen well. If the polished ball, namely 102 in Figure 2, surrounded by a cloth soaked in bitumen, repeatedly rubs against the surface of the shoe at low speed, the shoe polish is evenly applied to the surface of the shoe. Wrap the surface of an iron ball the size of a grain of rice in several layers with nylon cloth. When the shiny ball, namely C in Figure 2, covered with nylon cloth, rubs against the shoe surface at high speed, the surface of the shoe emits a lot of light. A brief explanation of the structure of rubber feet and how to use them. There are 26 electromagnets in the rubber feet, namely B in Figure 3. In other words, the manufacturing company makes rubber feet that resemble human feet and puts 26 electromagnets from A to Z in it. 26 electromagnets are arranged at equal intervals on the surface of the rubber foot. The user puts the shoe on the rubber foot. Because about 100 hairballs sweep the location where the electromagnet is placed, the dust on the surface of the shoe is thoroughly wiped away. At this time, the vacuum sucker sucks the dust, and the sucked dust accumulates on the filter, namely 520 in Figure 1. The process in which the hairballs, namely A in Figure 2, shake off the dust on the surface of the shoes, namely 100 in Figure 1. The door of the room, namely A in Figure 7, containing about 100 hairballs, is opened by a timer. Power is supplied to electromagnet A, namely A in Figure 7, by a timer. At this time, about 100 hairballs are attached around the electromagnet A as shown in Figure 8. After power is supplied to electromagnet A for 0.5 seconds by the timer. By the timer or electronic switch, power is transferred from electromagnet A to electromagnet B, namely B in Figure 8. So at the moment, A is no longer an electromagnet, but B is an electromagnet. And after supplying power to electromagnet B for 0.5 seconds, the power is switched to electromagnet B, moves from the electromagnet C, namely C in Figure 8, and after supply power to electromagnet C for another 0.5 seconds, the power moves from electromagnet C to electromagnet D. In this way, as the power is moved, the hairballs go up as they go around the surface of the shoe. At this time, as the surface of the shoe and the hairballs rub, dust come off the surface of the shoe and the dust accumulates on the filter, namely 520 in Figure 1, by the vacuum suction device. The working process of polish ball and shiny ball is similar to that of hairball. For more information, please refer to patent registration number 10-2073250. In the prior art of the automatic shoe cleaning machine, an electric motor rotates a belt to which a shoe brush is attached, and the shoe brush is brought into contact with the shoe to shake off the dust of the shoe surface and to apply shoe polish to the shoe surface, and it shines with the shoe brush. However, the contact between the shoe surface and the shoe brush is not uniform, so the shoe surface is not polished evenly. Also, there is no big problem until dusting off the surface of the shoe and applying shoe polish, but it is not shiny because it is polished with a shoe brush. Lastly, since the prior art is mainly a link mechanism device, there are many failures while the link is twisted, but the present invention has almost no failure because it is mainly an electric device. Reference: if you apply this method to cleaning the windows of the same size apartment, you can clean hundreds of windows at the same time and quickly. The next invention to be introduced is the shoulder parasol and the shoulder hat. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for watching, despite your busy schedule.